Hey, Mitch, gonna need you to play the honeypot for this next adventure. Remember, it is for king and country.
Oh, well, in that case,
You're the perfect spy, my
I,
friend.
I'm your man.
Right, so we've got the keys to the Golden Vault. The next adventure is going to be released in February, like 2-ish weeks away from where we're counting. And I think we're only got like 24 hours before the pre-release drops very shortly. So we wanted to have a quick talk about what we know so far and what we're hoping it to be. It's another book of short adventures, much like Journey to the Raiden Citadel and
Candlekeep Mysteries.
It's
Yep.
another book of standalone adventures that can be run anywhere. Except this time we've got 13 adventures going from 1 to 11. The doubles are level 4, 5, and 8. And it's not tied to any certain world. Greyhawk, Eberron, any of these worlds. It's kind
Earth.
of Earth.
Run it in school. Run it while you're driving. Run it
made very
all the
generic.
time.
Not world splitting, except for one. But I mean, you could move that dungeon anywhere, the jail anywhere. So you're probably pretty good.
I'm extremely excited about this. I'm a little bit different when it comes to D&D. Well, I believe I am, and so does everyone else. But I think this is how D&D is meant to be played. Getting right into the scheme of things, making up horrible plans that are going to go wrong.
Yep.
And my favorite D&D series of all time is the McElroys with Brendan Lee Mulligan in Tiny Heist, which is a D&D heist, and it's amazing. So, woo!
Very cool. Very cool. And the people handing out these heists, what we know are called the Golden Vault, which is why these are keys from the Golden Vault, it's an organization which is going to issue your heists. How they're going to do that is send to you through a handler a magical key that when you place inside your ordinary music box will play out the secret message. I see this very much along the lines of Inspector Gadget, where this message will self-destruct in 10 seconds, or like Get Smart with Agent 13, always hidden in a tree, hidden in a post, hidden in something, handing
Always
out as the handler. I'd like to see that little bit of this come back for some campaigns.
Yeah, and most people that are playing this probably aren't old enough to remember that, so it'll seem really original when I drop it in my games.
Well, like, that's so brilliant. Where did you come up with that? 60s TV.
The gold standard. One of the things I'm very excited about, if anyone's run a module before using the maps from the campaign, is the fact that they're going to have player and DM maps. There's nothing like when you're running someone through a dungeon for the first time on a map and they look at the board and point and go, what's that S mean?
It means the DM forgot to take it off his map.
Yeah, that means secret door. And they go, can I do a perception check on that wall there?
Yeah, it's about damn time.
The other thing that I'm really excited about is the multiple paths to success. This has always been a staple in my games just because there's, 90 ways to skin a cat, but I'm the one holding the tail. How do you feel about that? You're excited? Bit of role-playing,
I'm looking forward to the fact that it's going to hopefully help DMs when the players choose a different path that isn't written in the adventure. At least having 2 or 3 paths or possible ways to achieve success could result in DMs realizing, hey, like, there could be other ways of doing this. So I think it's putting DMs on the right path rather than going, hey, you missed this thing back here, so you're going to fail the whole adventure, and we've just sat around for 3 hours doing nothing.
I can just see our group going, hey, we could try a different style of success. This time, we'll kill the guards on the way out of the vault instead of the way in.
Variety is the spice of life.
The next point's actually very interesting, and I've got a few ideas about it, but I want to hear your thoughts on it. The high risk, high reward concept.
I think what's going to go hand in hand with standalone adventures is not everyone's going to make it out alive. You're breaking into a prison, guess what? Someone might get left stuck in there and everyone else gets away. high risk, high reward sort of thing. So I definitely think that one-shots are a good way to do this, because if half the team don't get out or half the team die trying to get this quest item, the MacGuffin, out, then I think that ties in with what they're going for. And rather than long-standing campaigns, people might be a little bit more relaxed about the idea of, well, my guy never made it.
Yeah, I'm thinking this is going to be a new type of skill check.
Mm-hmm.
Similar to in Lancer, they've got a thing called risky rolls,
Yeah.
where let's say you're in a space station and decide to hack into the security feed through something connected to your brain.
Mm-hmm.
There's a chance they might be able to hack back and destroy you. But if you get in, you're going to have crazy amounts of power over the space center. So while you're up there, if you don't roll with all your accuracies in that more than 20, which is a critical in that game, it's a failure. And there's so basically you say, I'd like to attempt to do that. And the GM says, listen, you need to roll a 20 you need to get a collective score of 20 or more to succeed. However, if you fail by more than 5, you'll be stunned for 1 minute. That sort of thing. So I think there's going to be a negotiation / new skill check system for that high risk, high reward system. And I'm very, very excited about that, because I like to do a lot of that stuff where you basically give someone a choice. Hey, you could throw a grappling hook into those helicopter blades and get yourself pulled towards the helicopter. But
there's a chance it doesn't quite go the way you think it's going.
Yeah. If you don't like Ben roll a nat 20.
Right. The video also, the YouTube clip that D&D has released also has talked about roles. So they've talked about a decoy, an escape artist, a mastermind, and a master of disguises, with possibly more roles not really brought up. This may change the way teams are designed from the previous tank, hitter, healer, support character style of play. So mixing these campaigns may throw some players off, as they may not find themselves in one of these role categories. It's going to be interesting to see how heavily they're dependent on these roles that they've sort of outlined to guide people on this style of adventure.
Yeah, I also like the idea that players are going to have to get outside the box. So with the old type of party mechanisms being healer, guy who get hit, guy who hit thing, guy who cast spell.
I like that guy.
Being able to take the, let's say, the Fathomless Warlock and start using your ability to use tentacles to trip people over or to open safe doors or extra advantage with your plasmoids and all these sort of things. You have to think outside the box how you could use these race abilities, how you could use your subclass abilities in something that's just came up in your campaign. So, I like this. It could put a lot of stress on people that don't like to role play, but it also sounds like it might give them a few clues on how to handle it as well. So I'm hoping for that.
Sounds good.
Very excited about this. So the idea of casino jobs, museum heists, train robberies, prison breaks. The one thing I'm actually really hoping for is that they include, since we're going digital now and they've got the rights to a lot of talented people on the team, I want to see we've got maps. I want to see some dedicated heist music that comes with the digital copies.
Yeah, a bit like Spelljammer, like what they did there.
Yeah, some rights-free stuff that we can use on podcasts while we're doing this. You're doing a heist and you have some Ocean 11's music playing in the background. Love that.
I'm also really looking forward to Rebel's End, which previously featured in Icewind Dale and will feature in Honor Amongst Thieves, the movie that's just about to come out. Now, they've said this adventure is set for Prisoner 13 is the name of it, and it's currently available on D&D Beyond right now if you want to get your copy and start seeing if heists are for you.
We're going to go through some of these adventures. We're going to go level for level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down to 11. We'll go one for one reading the names because they are cool sounding names. I'll let you go first because my favorite's number 2.
All right. To me, it looks like it's pronounced the level 1 adventure is going to be the Murkmire Malevolence. Murkmire Malevolence. There we go.
Perfect. Nailed it. Level 2, we've got the Stygian Gambit, which I honestly love anything with a Gambit. Lucky number 11.
Mm-hmm. At level 3, you get to play Reach for the Stars.
I so hope that's a train heist. Reach for the stars, partner. Level 4, you get Prisoner 13, which we already have.
Available for free right now. 5th level, you get Tockworths Clockworks, which is just going to be some Mechanist-styled hijinks, I think.
Yeah, everyone loves Mechanist. It's just an amazing world to play in. Level 5, we've got Masterpiece Imbroglio.
Imbroglio, good word. Following that up at 6th level, you have the Axe of the Grave. That's going to be a tomb robbing one for sure.
Level 7, we've got Vindorants Vault, which also sounds very cool.
Nicely pronounced.
I feel like that's going to be like the Ocean's 12, where they're like robbing the guy that's hiring them.
At level 8, we're going to have Shard of the Accursed coming up. That sounds like it could be a bit of a roleplay one.
I love it. A Shard along. Level 8, we got Heat of Ashes. Could be anything. Volcanic Vault, Red Dragon Keep, something cool.
Level 9, Affair on the Concordant Express. That is, for level 9, a train heist. There's got to be something a little more than just a train. It's got to be a train that flies through the skies, weaves through the mountains, ducks underwater. I'm hoping there's something big, a little bit more than just a train. You're level 9, there's got to be.
Level 10, Party at Paliset Hall. Social intrigue, drama, politics.
Robbing the rich guy's house while he's having a party. I definitely am on board. Followed up by the level 11 adventure, Fire and Darkness. So we've got a whole bunch of adventures there.
Obviously, that's the mystical 9th season of Game of Thrones, Fire and Darkness.
So, Mitch, which one tickles your fancy out of them? What are you going to be asking the DM to play? 2?
Level 2. Yeah, Stygian Gambit.
Stygian Gambit. Of course, the Concordant Express does sound fantastic, but I am intrigued by what is Tockworths Clockworks. I'm hoping it's not a sucker. It's a good adventure.
It's got to be gnomes. It's got to be an invention by the gnomes that you're picking up. That'll be the Inception style one. I reckon there's going to be some sort of dreamscape, and that's the one. You got to get into the guy's brain and steal his idea. And if it's not copyright, I'm doing that idea. That's fucking amazing.
They can't take my stuff from me. I haven't signed the OGL. So, coming up, they're also going to have some things that are going to keep you on pace, which are really essential for one-shots. Things such as rival crews will get it before you do. MacGuffins to make sure that people are trying to get. And ticking clocks. These are all very essential to stop people just planning for an hour or two and then missing their whole adventure. So, a good thing they put some things in there to keep us on pace for one-shot nights.
Yeah. Obviously, as you mentioned earlier, there is a pre-order for this, so you actually get it 2 weeks early, which is like tomorrow. Which is great because it really rewards those rich people that can just buy it.
I'm a little bit against the way that brick and mortar shops have supported these games for 50 years and now they're being left behind. But I also fully understand how the postal service got annoyed when the telephone came in. So you do have to make way for technology. So you are not going to beat it.
I pretty much think this is just a way for them to see how the OGL MacGuffin has messed with their sales. They'll get a pretty good look at what's happening with the sales. If this sells out like normal as a pre-order, they'll be like, hey, business as usual. We all won. We won. They won. We won.
And it's going to lock us all in so that we buy all our stuff from them because people want it early. We wait months for these books, and then if you want it 2 weeks early and be playing it before everyone else is, you just sign up. Come into our bosom. We will nuzzle you in, and you ain't going anywhere. Now, the free adventure, the 4th level, Prisoner 13, is currently available, as we said, and I've already had a quick look at it, and it looks not too bad. It does seem a little bit open, which is good and required for these sort of adventures. But there is an interesting mechanic they've brought into it, which hopefully we see replicated throughout the rest of the adventures, is the effects of suspicion. If you do something like ask someone a wrong question or be seen doing something that you shouldn't be doing in your disguise, then you're going to keep raising the suspicion. The effects being that it makes it a lot more difficult then for the distraction team to cause a big enough distraction to lure the guards away. So I like that we've got some sort of mechanic here that makes things worse because you keep not doing your job well.
This is straight up like GTA 5, how many stars you got. So when you got 6 stars and you got tanks chasing you, it's very hard for a guy to like run a stop sign and draw the cops away.
So we'll put links for the adventure down below to make sure you don't miss out, because everyone loves free stuff. But now we've talked about what we do know, let's talk about what we're really hoping to see in this. Here's what I'm hoping for out of this. I never really saw D&D as a heist game. For me, heist games were Shadowrun, Star Wars, some other adventures. D&D was always, oh, we're going there anyway, why bother investigating and research, let's just go there and kill everyone in the dungeon. So, for me, this is a different style of play. Not one I'm not used to in RPGs, but one I'm just not used to playing in D&D. So I'm looking forward to seeing something that's rarely published in professionally made modules.
Yeah, for me, I came into D&D a lot later, so I didn't see much of the murder hoboing at all. It just sort of...
You missed out.
I've watched so many D&D podcasts where it's all about role-playing, all about comedy, all about fun, or drama. And from my limited experience, just kidding, I'm a god at this stuff. From my experience, D&D has the best social mechanics. So with your inside deception, like history, like the way all your ability scores work, and then with homebrew rules as well, then suspicion rules, all sort of matting on top of each other to create like a social network that makes sense. The capacity's there. And yeah, if you want to see how it works, I know I plug other people's shows, but like Tiny Heist is an amazing series that is basically a heist using all these mechanics, and it's amazing.
No worries.
So very excited.
So we've seen books like this before with Journey to the Radiant Citadel, Candlekeep Mysteries, and some of those have had some good and some very poor adventures. I'm hoping that this is a little bit more along the better ones for this book, and potentially someone could even write a best adventures to run out of all these 3 books.
Yeah, well, having a look at Prisoner 13, it's fairly intensive. The mechanics are good. I think we're going to have a ball playing this, mate.
Some other things I'm going to be looking forward to be new items and ways to use things, specifically around heists. Little auto-mechanic things that break into locks, putting portable holes on things and jumping through in different ways. I'm looking forward to new items that are going to be specifically for heists and getting through around, distracting and putting up fireworks. We need fireworks.
And remember, these missions, these heists are all designed to go into different worlds. So remember, reskin everything to suit, have fun with it. Don't try and run it like a module. Use it like a skeleton that then you like draw horrible clothes on and like, build it up for you and your friends.
Yeah, you could move any of these adventures potentially to the Feywild or to one of the other planes, and thereby changing the whole feel of the adventure.
Move it to your high school. Move it somewhere that you know intimately. So move it to Bunnings and pretend you're going to steal some sausage sangers. All right, let's do this. Subclasses.
You say subclasses. I'm interested to see if there are any new subclasses that are going to come out of this. Particularly some subclasses that might be built for non-roguelike characters to better style into this game. Like maybe a barbarian that's a little bit made for distractions and such. And I think DMs are also going to have to potentially start making sure their heads around this genre. Now, people who are going to go for this book are already probably quite keen with the Mission Impossible style adventures. But watching some episodes of Inspector Gadget, Maxwell Smart's Get Smart, or any of those sort of things is going to help you get into the feel of how these adventures should be running.
Bum, 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 ba-da-bum, ba-dum-bum. Yeah, get some A-team on there.
So we've talked about what are we looking forward to playing in this, and at the low level adventures, Mitch, I'm interested to know what draws you. What do you think is going to make someone that's going to fit in well with a heist team?
Yeah, I think I'd go a Plasmoid Ranger
Mm-hmm.
because the idea of advantage to escape from grapple checks, all for grapple checks, fit through a hole an inch wide. The Ranger, you can go optional subclass features, so you can take like double expertise in sleight of hand or perception or investigation. That's amazing. Then at third level, being able to add your wisdom modifier to your charisma checks, you could take deception. You could be better than or equal with any rogue, or actually slightly better at persuasion and deception at level 1, 2, and 3. At level 3. So just amazing way to work through it. And also I love the idea of just a plasmoid walking around in a suit.
Yep. Just walking in, everything's fine. I would be looking much the same, having fun with these low level. And I'm thinking a drunken master decoy. Person there who's going to come in there, pound a few drinks, and then start making a scene, causing problems. He's going to pose as a janitor with a drinking problem. He's going to go into the casino, he's going to get drunk and just throw tables around, and then run around and no one can catch him because his ability to move, dive, weave, and extra speed gets him out of places. The guards just cannot capture him because, not everyone's after to kill. There's always to capture. So that might be another aspect that goes into the game. And then moving up to mid-level, I think I'd be interested in going into an Eloquence Bard. I'd turn over to the Face Man. My Eloquence Bard who can just talk people down and just like, no, everything's fine here. Calm down. That'd be perfect for me.
Yeah, for me, I'd have to go with either Echo Knight or Swashbuckler Rogue. Swashbuckler Rogue just for the initiative, like off the mark, doing some damage, getting some skill checks done, that sort of fun stuff. But the Echo Knight at level 7 gets the ability to use their shadow to run up to 1,000 yards, and they basically could be sitting at the blackjack table, have their shadow appear and run past a whole heap of security and down the hall and around the corner and take the whole, set off all the alarms while he's just playing blackjack, like blind, losing horribly. Like I love the concept of a Echo Knight pretending to be blind. So the Echo Knight comes in pretending to be blind so that when he does use his ability, he's still blind. I love it.
27, sir. Hit me.
Hit me. Fucking hit me.
What about the high level? What do you reckon for high level?
High level, I actually already planned this one. Hermes D&D was going to run a heist back in November.
Yep.
So I got all geared up and made myself a level 10 Artificer Artillerist, which is my safe cracker. Yep. So at level 9, you get the ability to blow up your Eldritch Cannon.
Yes.
So that was going to be my little spider mine that I could send off to go to the vault, latch on, and detonate to open the vault. And yeah, I went with a 3-keen race because I love the idea of being sort of like the communication between the team, because what they do is their communication is they make pictures appear in everyone's head. So you could be sending messages to people, showing them what's happening and sort of being the security camera for everyone.
Well, I think for high levels, Phantom Rogue would be fun to play. Getting back on the rogue side of things now that I'm potentially the escape artist and the cracker. And it's a shame the book doesn't go a little bit higher because the Phantom Rogue and all rogues get their next ability at level 13, which should just step them off. And the Phantom Rogues would have been to go through walls. I think nothing's going to stop a thief who can just go through walls. But these adventures only go up to 11. I still think the Phantom Rogue is an interesting enough rogue that I'd like to play and have a go at some of these abilities and put them into action.
Hell yeah! All right, so considering that we have the actual book right here that we stole in our heist of wizards, how do you rate the adventures?
Hopefully optimistic is how I relate the adventures, and that I'm going to be quite keen to give my money to the wizards, and I will continue supporting them because I'm a company man.
No, but I'm so excited for this. I love little missions that you can adapt to your own thing.
Mm.
If you ever have one of those sessions that you rock up to and you just got home late from work and didn't have time to plan anything, as long as you're reading this while you're driving, you'll be sweet.
I am quite keen to have, and I think everyone should have a couple of one-shots up their sleeve ready to go. If
Yeah.
the DM can't make it, or if something happens, or just to stop a bit of burnout and give the DM people a rest, I think one-shots are definitely a way to go to give people a little bit of flavour and taste. And even if you did every third one, and then everyone just leveled up in between, and that way you'd only run like 3 or 4 of these things over a month, say, you could, everyone could still get involved, and the DM could have a month off to better plan his regular campaign, while everyone else is just having a fun adventure.
Hell yeah. And rounding this all off, the main thing I want is music to go with it. Bow, 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 bow.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and let's count down the hours as we wait for the release of Keys to the Golden Vault.
Every little girl living in the world today, when the good comes to bad, the bad comes to good, I'ma live my life like it should.